Going back again here, block destruction techniques that we use. We're going to put an emphasis right now on hard joint technique. It's a technique used to take on a kick out block. We want to attack the blocker with the near foot, near shoulder, and make sure we keep our cleats in the grass so we don't get washed. That's the one thing we want to do, is hold a point whenever that guy comes to kick us out and set the edge for the defense. And then you always want to maintain keeping your outside arm in free, just in case the ball was able to bounce and get outside, you can get off and go make the tackle. All right, this is a bubble drill that we work each and every day with our offense. Not each and every day, a couple of times throughout the week. And this is a really good job here by the corner. As he get ready to bail out, he see that it's a bubble, right? So he attacks. That's a really good job there by him setting the edge. He's creating knockback in this situation to set the edge to make sure that the ball can't get outside of him. That's a really good job by him. Now he sheds the block and get involved with the tackle. So that's a really good job here by the corner, setting the edge and making it a wall for the defense on the outside perimeter. This is an end zone view of it here. All right, really good job. Really good job there. He's able to create some knockback and get off and get involved with the tackle. Okay, now we have the nickel. Okay, he's the force defender within the defense as well. So he's attacking, setting the block. I don't like that portion of it now. He tried to sling him and get out when really he should set the edge and keep the feet in his cleat in the grass to set the edge without turning his butt to the sideline. That's the one thing that we want to do. So every clip that I put on here is not the clip of what it needs to look like. It's also clips of what we don't want. Okay, so this is one of those situations that you can take and coach it. Again, we want to stay square to the line of scrimmage as we hard joint technique with the blockers. All right, you see the nickel up top. Much better job there by him. Setting the edge, right? Making sure that he set the wall to the defense, forcing the ball back inside, creating some knockback on the blocker as well. Really good job using his hands, right? Attacking it with that inside arm as the emphasis to be able to fight pressure with pressure. Now we got some game clips of it here. You see the nickel at the bottom, right? Same bubble screen that we just worked at practice. That's why it's really important that we replicate it at practice so the guys can see it and recognize it in the game. All right, same again, formation recognition is a part of it as well, right? He's able to see that 3 is a little deeper than normal. They have the tight end, which is a bigger blocker at number 2. And it's a 4-strong formation as well. So for us this week, we were expecting bubble RPOs to come out of it. So the nickel had some anticipation of what to expect here in this situation. Really good job here from a physicality standpoint. Not letting the ball get outside of us, setting the edge, forcing it back inside, and then getting involved with the tackle. It's a really good job. That's the one thing as a defensive back, you always want to be able to anticipate what's going to happen based on formation tendencies, splits, and alignments of receivers. This is the nickel again at the bottom. Again, he realized that it was a bubble screen or a flash screen to the back. So that's a really good job using his hands, creating separation, right? Able to control a block. That's a really good job there. Really good play, really good job by the defensive back setting the edge and still getting off to make the tackle. That's the one thing that we don't want in this situation is a defender saying, Coach, I did my job. I sent the ball back inside. Go that extra mile, beat the block, and once you force the ball back inside, get off and go make the tackle, right? Make a play. So don't just force the ball back inside. Get off the block and go make the tackle once you force the ball back inside. Here you can look at the corner up top, okay? Corner up top does a good job setting the edge, reacting to the throw, and getting in position where the ball cannot get outside of us. It's a good job populating to the ball and getting hats to the ball. That's the one thing that we put an emphasis on at Arkansas is fanatical effort, playing as hard as you can, straining to the ball. All right, here we go with the corner up top. Again, this is the same drill that we showed earlier. That's why we do it versus the offense a couple of times throughout the week, just a bubble drill on the perimeter. Offenses have turned this thing into a perimeter game. So the more physical we can be on the perimeter, the more gap sound, because that's all block destruction is being gap sound, doing your job. All right, so good job there by him, setting the edge and using the sideline as an extra defender when it comes to leveraging the ball. So that's a really good job by him, setting the edge and being prepared for it. Run to the ball. That's a beautiful picture there. He's setting the edge right as wide as he can without being out of bounds. So if the ball gets outside of him here, obviously the ball carrier is going to have to go out of bounds. But you see his teammates pursuing